Fellow hobbyists, collectors, and prey heads alike, I want to welcome you to my channel. Now, for those of you who are my regular subscribers, I would like to first thank you for supporting my channel. I also like to condole my apologies for having this video be late. I know it was supposed to be done yesterday, but I do want to thank you again for your patience nonetheless. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Glendon Taylor, and this is Predator Collectibles, where I took a look at anything underneath the Predator franchise, from action figures, comic book statues, prop replicas. It'll all be right here on this channel. Yesterday happened to be the exact date 28 years ago, November 21st of 1990, when Predator 2 was released to the masses in the United States in all theaters for us to enjoy after a hiatus of not so much as maybe but 3 years. Now, because it is indeed the 28th anniversary of Predator 2, I happen to be wearing my current Rocking Futton Predator 2 Japanese t-shirt. The other way I'm going to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Predator 2 is by reviewing NECA's Ultimate City Hunter from the same movie, and I happen to have him right here. Very awesome that NECA has decided to do this as an ultimate figure. I'm super excited to have this occasion be done as a review and to celebrate the movie by telling you all the things that come with this figure and why it is important in collaboration with the 20th anniversary of Predator 2. I have to admit that I'm pretty excited about this because this is indeed very cool to have an Ultimate City Hunter figure. So by all means, I think it's time to look at this box much more in depth, as well as the rest of the things that are inside of it. I have to definitely admit that I really applaud NECA for choosing the 1990s original movie theater poster to use as the box artwork. That, I think, is pretty super dope, and stoked to have this in my collection. In the very back of the box, you have the photographs that NECA is very good and known for, and also gives a description: in the urban jungle of Los Angeles, the police force is at war with drug lords and gangs. Suddenly, one by one, the gang lords are killed by a mysterious, fierce adversary with almost supernatural powers, the Predator. Before long, the vicious creature begins to hunt the hunters. The police are now at war with a savage alien who has come to Earth to hunt humans for sport. So very cool, NECA, and kudos to you for choosing this particular poster for the box artwork. So I think now it's time to get him out of the box. Now, I will be starting off with the figure first. Normally, I know I do start off with the accessories, but the figure is where it is all at. Previously, with this particular figure, when it first came out, wasn't as good as I thought it would be. The paint applications, some of the netting, you can see were breaking. It was just not that great, and I'm glad that NECA decided to change factories because of the quality problems that they did have with, they start off with this figure line. And you also have the gauntlet that does have the blades that do extend outwards, and they do retract back. The beautiful thing about this figure is the fact that you have not just the sculpted bio helmet head, but you also get the unmasked head as well. So with the sculptability and the interchangeable heads, so you're looking at right now the helmet head, and I really do love the sculpt that they gave this, as well as the paint. It gives you that nice copper bronze look, and with the unmasked head, they did not disappoint with the amount of detail for the paint, the details as far as the triangles, the lines, that nice good gold, bronze, brown. Everything for this head with the open mandibles and the eyes are there. This is just magnificent. I love this figure as far as a 7-inch figure with it both either head, masked or unmasked. This is just an awesome addition to my collection. Now, getting back to that bomb gauntlet on his left arm, as you noticed, he does have the open and closed bomb gauntlet that, as you notice in the scene where he's dangling by a thread, he does open up his bomb just to make sure that it will go off to kill both him and Michael Harrigan. He does open up his gauntlet to fire off a missile right at Michael Harrigan. And I'll be honest, if you can survive that, you're more impressive than I thought you were. But this is where you have the ability to either have them open or closed, up or down, and that is very cool, as a very cool addition to this figure from NECA. The other three accessories you get are the hands, which are pretty standard depending upon which figure you get with NECA and the Predator line, but you get 3 with this Ultimate City Hunter. As you can see in this particular footage, you have the net gun hand, the disc hand, and the other hand that holds the convict stick or spear. Now with the net gun hand, as the name suggests, you can take the net gun out of its plastic and place it on that hand in order to reenact or pose just as he would in the house as he uses it to capture one of the gangsters. And I really do like the net gun by itself, where it's a nice good bronze color just like the rest of his armor, and it definitely has that nice good sculpt that was reminiscent to the prop that you're now seeing here. This is a screen use prop. I don't have it in my collection, I wish I did, but it definitely has everything that is reminiscent to this particular accessory to the action figure from NECA. The other hand I did mention is the cutting disc hand. As you're seeing now, it's holding that said disc in its proper placement, and I really do like the fact this disc has everything that you would expect out of a compact disc or smart disc to come with it. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this by showing you with this pose right here. This pose that I decided to do is straight off of the scene where the Predator or City Hunter uses the disc for the first time on Peter Keyes by cutting not only all these slabs of meat, but cutting Peter Keyes in the process. And the smart disc, as you also notice, will retract and come right back to the City Hunter. The other thing I forgot to mention about this figure, how cool it is that the cannon is in its proper placement on the back, and it does move upwards into its locking target position. And also, you get as an accessory is the fire blast accessory, and that's really cool because it does go onto the cannon nice and snugly, so you can, if you want to, reenact that scene in the slaughterhouse where it does go from the back to his shoulder and then fires a missile at one of the soldiers. The other two accessories that you're now seeing are the combi stick or spear and Jerry's skull. The reason I put them together is because if you'll notice, Jerry's skull is very gory, very glossy, very shiny, as if it was a fresh kill. And the combi stick actually does have its purpose along with the skull, and that goes back to that clasp on the back of the figure. He flips it around from his waist and activates it. Now you can do that with this spear and make sure it's clasped nice and snugly, or in the one scene where he's climbing the tower just to show that he has in fact killed somebody, you can also put the skull on that clasp as well, and it will also hold on there in place depending upon which scene you want to depict or where you want to put each other for the combi spear or the skull. Now, being since you have the short spear, you, as you're now seeing, do in fact get the long extended version of the spear. So you have the short version and the long version. The long version is fully extended by all three segments, or in this case 6, 3 on each end, and then you have, of course, the short one. I think this figure overall is fantastic. You get everything that you need to depict what's seen from the movie, whether it be masked, unmasked, the disc, the hands, the fire blast, the skull. I have to say I am very excited to have this ultimate NECA figure from the City Hunter and Predator 2 in my collection. If you notice, to again commemorate the occasion of the 28th anniversary of Predator 2, I have my poster. I have this particular wall plaque from Jason McKendrick from Criticorium. You can also see that video up here where I did unbox the Predator edition of the Parcel of Terror is what the Criticorium calls it, or Jason. And you also see here my autograph, the two other figures that I reviewed. I'll leave that link up here as well. This one I haven't reviewed yet. This happens to be a wall plaque from X Plus, and this is another Predator 2 item. I might do a review on that one sometime again next year. But again, overall, I love this figure. I love this movie. It happens to be something that I believe is a very good definition of an expansion of a universe. You have the first one that lays the foundation. This one expands on it, even though it takes 10 years after the fact, but it's still an amazing movie overall. I highly recommend seeing it. Having said that, I'm going to go down and see it. Before I do so, I just want to remind you that my next live stream will be next Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. Central, and 6:30 Eastern. I think that's right. Sorry, a time change throws me off a little bit. But I do want to always thank you very much for, again, supporting this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button as well as the bell notification for when you're notified when all my videos are uploaded. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, share it on all social media platforms, it helps the channel a lot. I will see you next week for my live stream. Again, I'm going to go downstairs, watch Predator 2, and I will see you later. Happy hunting.